You're joking, aren't you? It's the Teesside Chef. All kinds of fun today, making hot-shot potato cakes, studded with chorizo and pickled jalapenos, and I burnt my hands. But it was all worth it, because these are delicious. Start by peeling potatoes. Not very exciting footage, but it might turn some people on. Everybody's got their little kink, haven't they? Foot fetishists, I don't understand what that's all about. And then there was that woman who married the Eiffel Tower and sat on its face on Channel 4. People can be strange, but we've moved on now to boiling the potatoes, in salted water of course, and they should be cooked fully. And if you're triggered by uncircumcised phallic shapes, look away now, because I have cured chorizo here on the slack, and if you're American and you don't know what on the slack means, it's the opposite of having a bonk on. Gonna chop the chorizo into tiny nuggets before cooking gently to render out the fat. And if you are American and are interested in learning more provincial English vernacular, please do subscribe, because every day is a school day on my channel. Two countries separated by a common language, said George Bernard Shaw, the Irish playwright. Which brings me neatly to the origins of this recipe, an adaptation of the Irish potato farl, or potato bread, referred to by the English as potato cakes and the Scottish as a tattie or griddle scone, chopping the jalapenos finely too here. And I always like to do Irish recipes because it gives me the opportunity to apologise for the conduct of the British towards the Irish for 800 years. We need 400 grams of cooked potato, which I will attempt to process with my potato ricer. A bit clumsy here because ricing potatoes is kind of like feeding a baby while opening a deck chair, but I got there in the end. Next, add in 80 grams of all-purpose flour and 50 grams of melted butter. And you want to salt these to taste really, because the potatoes you use and the amount you salt them when cooking will influence the flavour, obviously. And then you can add in your chorizo and jalapenos, and you could also use different stuffings if you like: bacon, leek, olives, hard cheese, bitterness after centuries of oppression, before bringing it together into a dough first with a spoon and then with your hands. And I bumped into my old school history teacher at the food bank recently, and I asked him why he'd never taught us anything about how the British brutalised the Irish for centuries. He told me he was just following orders. I rather unoriginally quipped he could have had a smashing career with the SS with that attitude, but he didn't really get it. He had a massive heart attack not long after that, but I don't think our conversation was a contributing factor. At least it wasn't mentioned in the coroner's report. I'm chilling the dough before rolling out and belatedly removing any items that were ruining my shot, before generously dusting the work surface and the dough with flour, and I'll roll this out about 5 millimeters thick now. And in the interests of good teachings, a couple of things I should mention. This dough would traditionally be rolled into a round and cooked in a floured pan, then cut into quarters for an Irish potato farl. I have done that on my channel before, but unlike the failed British attempts to subjugate and control the Irish political and social landscape during colonial rule, I don't like to repeat myself, so I'm just doing stuffed English potato cakes today. Or Scottish tattie scones if you like. Not sure if the Welsh have a name for these. Let me know in the comments if you can shed any light on that one. You don't need to see me process the excess here, so let's get them straight onto a dry pan or griddle, wherever you're using, on a medium-ish heat, bit higher maybe, and they'll need around 5 to 7 minutes per side. And like I said, you can lightly flour the pan if you like, but you don't really need to do that. And if you're not happy with the colour you are achieving, cook them for a little longer. I suppose it depends if you're going to toast them afterwards or eat them straight from the pan. I'll leave it up to you to decide your own destiny, rather than appoint numerous bastards to try and bend you to my will for hundreds of years. And once you're happy with how the land lies, get them off and straight into your face. Or, alternatively, onto a grid to cool before toasting for 1,000,000 years, which is what I did here, and unfortunately transferring from the toaster into camera view caused an unnecessary amount of blind panic as my pain receptors exhibited their efficiency. But that was soon forgotten once I'd lathered my stuffed potato cakes in plenty of butter. The soft, comforting texture and the flavours of the chorizo and jalapenos will make you want to set the heather blazing and call the neighbours from far and near. Truly, truly amazing, and I'll see you next time, eh?